Oh man. All right, man. So shout out to Average Man Unplugged. I don't know if this is his backup channel or what. I'm like, I know he ain't lose his channel or nothing, but shout out to Beloved. So I'm not a dude who's gonna do no editing, but I will come through and give you the bars. He be doing like editing and putting clips together. So shout out to content creators like this, because they really do help me out tremendously. And I'm gonna give my thoughts in a second, man. So
this debacle. I did recently just come across a video on TikTok of Kitty Rose.
Dangerous man. They just said Ace Metaphor was smashing the whole crew. If you don't know who Ace Metaphor is, he's a panda bear. Man that panders to get what he wants speaks to you just like this right here.
Stop letting these men play in your face as if you're not beautiful.
Yo, this is how we came on the camera. It's like, it's not how real niggas arrive. This is not how real niggas talk. Like, it's painfully obvious when a dude like this is speaking. You saw how when old boy came on the screen, Scarface. I don't want to say. I think Scarface Scarface Hack. I just know Scarface is in there. I'm gonna call him Scarface. When Scarface come on the screen, you don't get any feeling of, you don't get any of that, right? When old boy come on the screen, when Average Man come on the screen, you get the feeling like, yo, he's an average man and he unplugged. You feel me? He come on the screen low key. You don't think for a second. But what I think is really interesting about this guy is that he is the ultimate example of the grifter. So we've heard this term grifter in the Black YouTube space. Specifically in spaces where relationships are discussed. And what some people figured out was that, well, there are people who want to genuinely have a conversation and genuinely have a positive effect in people's lives. Then there are people, right, who don't really care about any of that. They can see that there's an audience for this. If there's an audience for it, then there's a market for it. So what do? They say, I'm going to create a product. It's the difference in the artist that the label found, the diamond in the rough, the DMX, the Ja Rule, the Jay-Z, people like that, versus the industry plan, versus versus the artist that the label had to kind of put together. The artist that doesn't really have any originality, that doesn't have the X factor. That happens a lot more than you think. He is that person. He recognized early on that I will be able to make the most amount of money if I go the Steve Harvey route. It's funny as you always hear, well, at least I've heard a lot of Black content creators make this point about, if I made content just lying to women or telling women what they want to hear, I will make so much more money. Because there will always be a market for it. Same thing with the it goes without saying. This is the same thing for the men. Because what this all keeps, listen, everything is about prawn except for prawn. But most things that we engage in on social media, it's a form of prawn because it's stimulation. It feels good. You know what I mean? It's a form of prawn, right? And that's why you're driven towards. That's why you can't put your phone down and so on and so forth, right? So these people figured out that, yo, if I go ahead and create something that basically a product, because everything is a product, and not only that. You guys should be taking notes because this means that, yo, if you really work on your product, yo, you can make money. So his product was creating the best echo chamber possible to the point where, yo, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew that they probably had a lot of followers and whatnot, but I could never really stomach looking at it because I know that I knew that this kind of content and these conversations are not really. It's not really about having an intelligent conversation. It's more so about pretty much having a war of the sexes thing play out in real time amongst people who are going to, for the most part, play out a lot. It's like the social media version of the real world, in a way where you bring all these personalities together and everyone has their thing that they do. And what this guy does is what we call pandering. I never heard the word pander like so much. I feel like people, I feel like you hear the word pander mostly in regard to black folks. But then again, I may be saying it because I'm part of black folks and so on and so forth. What was that? Anyway, so on and so forth, right? So anyway, let's let him talk. I'm sorry. I gotta bring it back.
Putting out to these women. But we're gonna go over here because I want to show you guys some of these videos of brothers that was reacting to the news that came out about Ace Metaphor. Let's get into it.
Man that would tell you what you want to hear is a very dangerous man.
Yep.
They just said Ace Metaphor was smashing the whole crew. If you don't know who Ace Metaphor is, he's a panda bear. Man that panders to get what he wants speaks to you just like this right here.
Stop letting these men play in your face.
Yo, I'm putting together some bars for this, right? And one of the bars that I was touching on was women should be very much it should be a huge red flag to you whenever you hear men address you using language that men don't use. Men don't really say stuff like playing in your face. I mean, maybe some do, but for me, that's like seeing men. It's like men who wear bonnets. So I mean, if he's saying that, he probably also wears a bonnet. Oh my God! Listen, there are a few of you out there. I have to tell you, but before I get back to my topic, if you are a person who goes to the supermarket and drags your shopping cart by the corner and drag it around the store like a wagon, like drag the cart like a wagon, not because you're turning it around or you're just moving a few feet and you're just dragging it over a little bit with you and whatnot. No, you actually drag it around the supermarket. And what you do is you base, for one, you're not able to actually maneuver the cart that way. So you constantly have to keep stopping, looking, turning, having to move out of people's way. And also what you do is, being as though now you're walking on the side of the cart, you are taking up more lanes of traffic, and also you move slower because you're now dragging the cart. You, ma'am or sir, you're an idiot. You're an idiot. Also, if you are a man that wears a bonnet, if you want to win, maybe if you're in a house where people can't see you, every time I see a young man wearing a bonnet, he has a face look on his face. It just gives like bitch, not bitches as like a coward, bitch, as in like he you always see them like it's like they have a certain posture about them, and like it just very, very feminine, very like very bitch like. So if you're a man who wears a bonnet like out in public, I hate you. Sorry, I'm sorry. I have to. You know what?
I snap my fingers. You forget that you ever gay.
I was never gay.
Exactly.
Wait, no, stop.
Yes.
No, stop. You can't. I was never gay.
Okay.
No, I was never.
All right.
As if you're not beautiful, as if you're not worth it, as if there is a man right now praying to God to eventually meet you. You are somebody.
I keep moving the camera like this. No one talks like this.
He's he who finds a good thing.
And the whole time he's full of shit. I had an OG on here, right? His name was Pastor Poppy Don. He would pander just to get hoes. Like he would pander just to get women. And it would be beautiful women too. Like he would show me how he gets down. And I'm like, damn, all right, OG, I see you. But it's all a master plan to get you.
I don't lie. He breezed past that, John. Pastor Poppy Don was caught up in a whole, not only a scandal, but that was the quickest rise and fall of a social media, like a viral social media like personality ever. That nigga was here, and don't get me wrong, everyone's not made to do content. You know what I'm saying? But hold on, let me go ahead and show you who he's talking about. I'm gonna spend like 5 more minutes on this, and then we're gonna move on to the actual topic. You know what I'm saying? So, my bad, yo. I just wanted to what's going on here? I wanted to show y'all that real quick. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna bring up Pastor Poppy Dog, man. Oh God. Well, let me see.
Today's topic, this guy calls himself Poppy Don.
There's two things a woman want to hear: her Cash App and Zelle, and what's her full name and birthday. Book her a trip. If you really want her, do something different. Stop asking her to the movies, at the dinner. She could drive there herself. Do something no one else is asking her for.
Today's topic, this guy calls himself Poppy.
You gotta hear this. You got now again. I feel like at this point, I feel like it's clearer that this is prime. This is prime for women. But what's crazy is, rather than just look at it as, it really should be looked at as entertainment. Because everything he's saying sounds impossible, especially for the majority of you out there that who have eyes who can look at this kind of shit. Okay? Well, my son gave up on dinner. Anyway, so like I was saying, I forgot what I was saying. Sorry. I just paused the video and I turned it back on, but I know we talking about Poppy Don, and we talking about basically these grifters that came into this space. Anyway, I know I just touched on the fact that he was here today and gone tomorrow. But let me tell you something. What the women did, you would think that they would say, all right. No, I'm sorry. This is when men start noticing y'all will align yourselves with people who are obviously terrible people, but because they're talking about something that benefits you, what women see stuff like that no matter what, whenever men exhibit the kind of behavior that they think is favorable, or let's say in this context right here, right, where old boy is talking about basically spend more money on her, you know what I mean? But because if you spend more money, the more money that you spend, the greater the experience, the greater the stimulation. That's another reason why that sounds appealing. It's the same as I'm not sure some guys is really into this idea of two women at the same time. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it won't be interesting, but but the logistics are what the logistics are. But but imagine if guys really felt like the average guy really felt like he's supposed to get two women at the same time, and he doesn't really see the point of having a relationship if threesomes are not going to be just in the mix. You know what I'm saying? Or threesomes are not just in the mix. If things get tough, you're not willing to go out there and slang that thing. Yeah, that'd be crazy, right? Anywho, I'm always trying to find a good metaphor for what women be. It's not, and it's not there too. And we need guys to really understand this shit. Stop listening to women when they talk about these standards and whatever they're not going to do. Women always lie anyway. So you can go ahead and just count that as a lie as well and just pay it for it. I mean, just charge it to the game. All right. But anywho, I wanted to show you guys who Poppy Don was real quick. Hold on. I'm sorry. I ain't going to talk too much.
There's two things a woman want to hear: her Cash App and Zelle, and what's her full name and birthday. Book her a trip. If you really want her, do something different.
So what's your Cash App and Zelle, and what's your birthday?
And for stop asking her to the movies, at the dinner. She could drive there herself. Do something.
No, she can't. I'm sorry.
that no one else is asking her for. Take her on fucking vacation, you cheap, broke bastards. Otherwise, leave her alone. Let a rich demon come and get her. Oh, man, she need to be... Nobody want to hear about your spiritual future, motherfucker. She want to be on the plane
Spiritual
getting
future
back
is
shots on the
crazy.
balcony. The first day you meet her, treat her. She already went on a date with you. Now give her some fucking money. Then you want to wonder why you don't get no pussy at the end of the first or the second date. You didn't let this girl get her hair, her nails done, pick out an outfit, and drive to you, offer some free dinner and a fucking conversation, and you think that you go ahead at the end of the night. Listen, if he don't do nothing for you on the first date, I swear to God, when you get back in the car, just text your ex. Just go ahead and text your ex. These niggas don't know what they doing out here.
Fair use.
Bro, what are we watching?
Well, I mean, now that Derek Jackson's left the scene, somebody's got to take his place.
So ironically, right, when I first started getting really into YouTube, now that I'm thinking about it, this is when the Derek Jackson thing would happen. I think it's one of the first times I think he got caught cheating, or it was put out there that he was cheating. Something like that, right? And I think that was when he had to put out that video with his wife, and she's wearing a bonnet and wearing like his sweater and everything. Just looking as, first of all, most people didn't know that he was married. You know what I mean? And not only that, they just did not feel as though him and his girl matched at all. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, so but this guy, the Poppy Don dude, and again, I'm bringing this guy up because he represents for one, what women's judgment is. And I wanted to touch on the fact that when men start seeing the kind of fanfare, the kind of attention, the kind of how women will back these guys up, a lot of men started to really question y'all's character and started really questioning the decision making and whether or not you should be listening to women when it comes to these kind of conversations. Because again, it's like you look at that guy and say, that guy got tattoos on his face and all around his neck, and he's saying some just. But you got to realize it's not meant. It's not meant for you to hear. Okay, that's not your genre of prawn. Okay, that's a whole different like sexuality. All right, that would be the same as you looking at gay prawn and you're not gay. So of course, when it's not gonna make any sense to you. So if you're a man and you hear that, it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? Because you know that's ridiculous. It's first of all, it's just not even. It's just a terrible investment. It's a terrible use of money. You know what I'm saying? Like he's, you know, what's funny is he may have started that whole. How can I say? That whole thought pattern of, yeah, you know, so you think I'm supposed to go get my hair done, to get my nails done, and get an outfit and whatnot, and spend all this money to go out with you, and you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, in the history of people going out, a man that is getting to know a woman has never been required to get her anything done or give her really. But not only that, again, men got to realize. What y'all not picking up on is women don't see no problem with lying, and they don't have a problem being lit to the point where they don't have a problem being lied to. Say it again. Women don't have a problem with lying to the point where they don't have a problem being lied to. Okay? I'm gonna play another minute of the other video. I just wanted to show you guys Poppy Don real quick, so you knew what I was talking about.
To sleep with them. It's that easy. All common sense. Most men think the same. So if you have a man coming out the woodworks just saying some outlandish bullshit, like, oh, and just telling you what you want to hear, you have to be like, okay, he's on to something. Like he has a plan and he's gonna execute. You know what I'm saying? The power of the tongue is crazy. But most men think the same, just like most women think the same. So don't sit here and just believe anything a man says. The thing with Ace Metaphor is Ace Metaphor has 1 million followers right on TikTok. Pastor Poppy Don, he had like 700,000. If you want to make it in social media, man or woman, if you're a man, pander to the women. If you're a woman, pander to the men. Just say what the opposite gender wants to hear, and you will make it on the internet. I've seen it time and time again. But am I surprised that Ace Metaphor is moving how he moves and is getting exposed for it? No. It happens over and over. It's just like that Yada Awakening dude. He makes a bag off of telling women what they want to hear. Bash men, make the women seem like the good ones. Or, you know what I'm saying? Or vice versa. It doesn't matter. That's how they do it.
But here's the thing, and to a certain degree, I will agree about the whole echo chamber thing. I think that when men come into this space, men will start off that way, but for the most part, I think that if he has any kind of integrity, he'll outgrow an echo chamber because you'll realize that I'm not learning nothing. No, I realize one of the reasons why I don't like I'm gonna keep it a stack with you. I be clicking. What's up, baby? Listen, babe, I'm doing the show, baby. I wait till I do a break. I gotta get you some cold water. You should have bought some water from the car. Oh well. Live and you learn. But back to what I was saying. Yo, I be clicking on a lot of y'all videos and whatnot to see what y'all talking about and watch you for a little bit. I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, easy to block Captain Voice. I think most you niggas is shitty. Nah, I'm joking. I feel like every episode I let you guys know that I think a lot of y'all are shitty. I think a lot of y'all are terrible at content. You have no presence. Your voice there's nothing to your voice. You don't have a voice. Like, I mean, you don't even have vocals. You know what I'm saying? You're not even able to project. You're on a condenser mic, and I still can't hear you. Nasty work. Get off of YouTube. Yo, so today someone told me to erase my channel. I said, nigga, erase your mom. Okay? Talking about erase my channel. Man, we need to watch it. You understand? Shoot.
Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with Beyonce. Dance party with.
Before we go, let me go ahead and touch on why on that original point where when my man said a man that will tell you whatever you want to hear is a dangerous man, and what he's speaking to is when you put trust in someone, right, who will lie to you. Well, for one, you can't have relationships with people you can't trust. A lot of guys who have baby mothers and stuff like that, or just have had relationships with women, I feel like I don't understand how deeply men love women. Men have the understanding that this woman I'm with, she may flip on me at any time. She may decide to leave me at any time. It's kind of a thing you kind of know, and you kind of accept it because you want to be with a woman so bad. And but listen, that's human. But you can't have people around. But I think women don't understand. And again, this is another parallel between women and children, where the same way, like the children or young people in your life, you notice that they're not able to pick up on certain traits, on certain ideas, on certain vibes, on certain habits and whatnot, because their concept of right from wrong is not as developed. For the most part, you learn right from wrong from trial and error, and someone giving you secondhand experience and information, i.e., your parents or friends or whoever, older people or a book, whatever. You know what I mean? But that's how you learn right from wrong. That's because what motivates you to want to do or learn right from wrong is you want to have good outcomes, because you don't want the bad things that come from doing the wrong thing if you can avoid it. You understand? But anywho, a young person would probably have the same issue, or very young. I had the same issue with being able to tell, this is a bad person. I'm saying, and especially if they don't have the reference, especially if especially if they don't have a reference in their personal life of someone who has strong values and morals and whatnot. You know what I mean? Because what happens is, again, I think one of the worst things you can experience is being around people I would say being around your mother too much, because your mother, your grandmother, whoever, are more likely to come to the feeling of or telling you, oh, that's okay, that's all right, not a big deal, versus no, this has to happen today. No, this has to be right now. What's going on? Boom, what's that? You know what I mean? So anywho, but bigger than that, another reason why the kind of man that will tell you anything is dangerous is because, like, yo, that person, I'm sorry, I wanted to get into like the psychological aspect of that, because that's some sociopath shit. Because that means that if they lie to you, they're not going to feel bad about it. That's not going to bother them. Like that Ace Metaphor nigga, it do not bother him to lie to someone. That nigga could lie right to your face, and it would not bother him. Just judging off just the videos I've seen. But yo, anywho, so I'm gonna do a deeper dive on this and whatnot. I'm gonna give you my Ace Metaphor bars. I wrote a battle rap for Ace Metaphor. So that's my goal for the year, is to give her like 616s and whatnot. So I actually got like mad raps that I ain't never heard before. Like, I just what happened is I did what I was doing with a lot of my videos when I first started out, where I would record them and sometimes I would record shit and forget to upload it, as if like I had to go carry the shit up a hill or something like that, as if it wasn't as simple as just clicking upload. But a lot of artists had to get over the block of creating and then putting something out. That's why I love this era, because over this time I've been able to develop my whole show at my own pace, and over time I got to where, like, yo, I feel weird not doing a show. I feel uncomfortable not doing a show. Like last night I ain't doing. I gotta see how many shows I did this week, but for the most part, I can count on getting at least 4 shows a week, if not 5 to 7. I gotta see how many I did. But anywho, so we're gonna leave that there. I'm gonna do a deeper dive on that. You understand? And then we're gonna do we're gonna do the whole parallel between him and also the history of him and Derrick Jackson, birds of a feather. What?
New Sash. It was in the apartheid country.
New Sash. Oh man.
They don't know what's going on. They never had my back. He told me how much he wants to take you. They never had my back.
All right, man. It's late, man, and we still got some cheeseburgers to make. Ooh, cheeseburgers.
Heard For the Win LA is bomb. Haven't tried it yet? Well, my friend, I'm here. Let's try it. This place was voted best cheeseburger in all of California, and they smashed their patties paper thin by gyrating on them not 1, not 2, but 5 times. When I came in on a Tuesday afternoon, the line was already out the door, so that's a good sign. The patties have a nice and crispy skirt, and the center is so gooey. Everyone told me to get the fried chicken sandwich, and you can't forget about their sides either. The Brussels sprouts and fries were my top picks. If you're ever in Burbank, put this place on your list. Heard For the Win LA is
a big part.
I'm a little worried, but
it is your whole reaction to the food. So I'm gonna be practicing my shit. I'm gonna be like, wow. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna find something. I'm gonna do it Twitch or something. I don't know. I'm just not gonna go out like that African dude. The African dude with the muscles that be dancing and gyrating and all that weird shit. He makes me. I guess that's the point, is to make you uncomfortable. And then he does this shark bite thing, and which really scares me, because it makes me feel like he's one of those people who can eat you. There are people in this world who can eat you. Do you understand that shit? They can eat you, and they will eat you.